Orange here, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my April rune video / my April monster box video. So I'm going to go over all of my new runes for the month of April that I will be using for this month, in case anyone's watching my PvP videos that I release, or my Guild Wars videos. Well, that's PvP. What else was there? Path to Decency. So in my TOA videos, I always post a photo album of my monster's stats and their runes and their 246. So this video is mainly for the people who watch my PvP videos or my Path to Decency who are like, hey, what runes are you using? So they can go back and watch the video that I post at the beginning of the month. Come to Us moved free rune removal day to the beginning of the month. So these are the runes I will be using for April. I'm going to try to do this quick, so let's get into it. So here are all my monsters. Soha's the first one up. She's my Fame and Hell farmer. Her success rate is not 100%. All of the vampire runes that she has I bought from the magic shop, and the shield ones I farmed myself. Here's my Chilling. He's out here just in case I pull Vertihile here in about a week. It'll be like a week and a day. Vertihile's up in the rotation, so if I pull him, I'm going to try Chilling on my Dragons team for a straight Dragon team comp. So his runes need to be fixed a little bit because he's in a pretty bad spot. I'll show you guys his runes anyways, but they definitely need to be fixed. Here's my Sig. I use him in many places, Giants, Dragons, and TOA, sometimes in PvP, but not really. So I changed up his runes a little bit from last month. He has a bit more speed, so I think that'll be good, and he has more crit rate. Here's my Theomars, the star of my Guild Wars videos, and one of my arena teams. I'll show you guys my arena teams, like, I guess after the video, just in case you're curious, I guess. So here are his stats. I'll go over his runes. I think he's in a pretty good spot. I didn't have any upgrades for him, sadly, but I think he's in a pretty good spot. Here's my Galleon. I recently fixed my Galleon, and I had to speed tune him with my Lagmaron that I pulled in Path to Decency episode 11. My egg timer, why? So Galleon has to be speed tuned because Bernard and Galleon have to move before Lagmaron, so Lagmaron gets buffed up and stuff like that. So Galleon is currently like 2 speed faster than Lagmaron, or I think it's actually more because I did like a plus 12. So there's Galleon. I think he's in a pretty good spot. He could maybe use some more HP, but whatever. Here's my Beretta. I mainly use Beretta in TOA and TOA hard, and sometimes in PvP, only in Guild Wars when I see it necessary. I'm pretty happy with my Beretta. He had no upgrades, but I like the spot that he's in right now. Here's my Colleen. She's in a very bad spot. I didn't work on her at all, really. So, she's one of those monsters that I need to fix, probably next free rune removal day, or even the one after, whenever I can get a bunch of violent runes. So here are her stats, and I'll go over her runes. I don't think I'll actually use her very much this month. I think I might go back to using the Fire Horus Duamutef for my Guild Wars Ramagos team, which is going to be Veligul, Ramagos, and Duamutef. So here's my Veligul. I yesterday on Free Rune Removal Day, I was able to put him on Violent Runes, so I'm super excited about that, because Violent's a pretty big step up from Swift. So I'm excited about his stats too. He has quite a bit of defense, so I really enjoy using him, and I will also try him on my Dragons team if I pull Vertihile. Here's my Shannon. I only use her in TOA hard, and I recently started using her again in Giants because I tried taking her out and using Sig and Theomars in Giants, but that didn't really work. I was failing quite a bit, so I put her back in there, so that's where I use her. Here's my Ramagos. I only use him for Guild Wars, and I'm pretty satisfied with where his stats are right now, so he'll probably be staying like this for a while. Here's my Bernard. He got a little bit faster, just by like 5 points maybe, or 4 points, and his defense went up quite a bit, but his HP dropped a little bit. So I'm okay with that. I'm pretty glad about his runes after I changed them. And he's on a broken set now, but that's okay because his accuracy is still pretty high. I like to have his accuracy high to debuff like enemy Theomarses and stuff like that. Here's my Mav. I tried to get his runes in a good spot, but he's actually still really squishy, so he's one of those units that I will look at improving, because yesterday I actually beat TOA hard 60. It was the Occult Girls on 60 and Sierra was 50, in case anyone's wondering. So he's one of those units that I want to improve so I can push further in TOA hard, slowly but surely start beating those levels every month. Here's my Bella. I don't think I changed her at all, and I'm really neglecting my Bella, not on purpose, but because I just don't see any good runes for her, because all my other monsters take them. Veligil takes, the speed defense runes, speed defense HP. Same with Vero, he takes the speed HP runes, so I should probably prioritize my Bella a little bit more to get her defense up quite a bit, because I use her a lot in PvP and she is pretty squishy, so she's one of those monsters that I need to put some love into. Here's my Vero. I use him pretty much everywhere. I didn't change any of his runes yesterday on FRR, but I did recently pick up this defense rune, and I put that on him like maybe a week ago or so. So he's a little bit tankier, so if a Bella defense breaks him, he can tank a little bit better. And it's better than his previous rune. His previous rune that I was using for a very long time was this rune right here. So I'm glad I got an upgrade, even though it's a defense rune. It's okay. Here's my lag, the star of free rune removal day yesterday. So I put some runes on lag, but his runes are pretty bad. So I fixed it all yesterday, and here are his current stats. His attack isn't as high as it will be because he's only level 34. So once he gets all the way to level 40, it'll be higher. So if you guys actually want to do the math on that, you can. I don't have it here because I'm still in the process of leveling him. So basically what you do is you look up on the wiki and look up his base attack when he's level 40, and then you do like the attack percent from his runes, then you add on the flat attack after that. So his attack should be a little bit higher. I think it should be like plus 800 something. Here's my McKean. I currently use her on my Dragons team and as my Hall of Heroes Reser. So if I pull a Verdihile, I will use Verd and probably kick McKean off my Dragons team, but I will still use her for Hall of Heroes. I also plan to keep her level 35, because I really see no reason to make her 6-star, so I don't know. If I pull a Briand, I'll probably use Briand instead of McKean as my Reser, or even maybe like Vanessa, but I doubt I'd pull a Vanessa. Here's my Duamutef. Like I said, I use Veligil, Ramagos, and Duamutef in Guild Wars for my Ramagos team. So I fixed Duamutef because he was on Revenge runes, so now he's on shield runes, or not shield, guard. Guard runes. So guard violent, pretty good stats. I might have to see if some of these can fit on Bella, mainly like that one. So that's gonna kind of be my focus next free rune removal day, which shouldn't be too long, because it's like only in like 4 weeks or 5 weeks, something like that, however long this month is. Here's my Shimete. I only use him in Arena just for his speed leader skills, so he has a 24% attack speed increase or whatever. Only in Arena, so he's just there for the leader skill basically. Here are his stats. He does quite a bit of damage actually. I'm just going to keep him 5-star because I really see no reason to 6-star him. I think that'd be an unwise choice to waste all that fodder on him. Then the rest of the monsters here are just fodder monsters, so before I show you my monster box, I'll show you my arena teams real quick. It won't take that long. This is usually the team that I use for my speed team whenever I see other teams that I can probably beat. I was just testing out Lagmaron to see what his damage will be like, because I figure I should test it in a safe environment like Arena, rather than just pull him out in Guild Wars and not really know where his damage is going to be. Then this team I use probably the most in Arena. It's probably my most successful team, so I use that team quite a bit. Then this is my last team, and I use this one. It's kind of just like a bruiser team, so I use that one sometimes. So let's go into my monster box now. I already showed you everything on the left, so we'll just go over what's on the right, and I will try to do this really quick. Lapis and Lulu I don't plan on using at all, but I'm keeping them just for whatever. Kona I could possibly build in the future for various things, because Kona's very useful in many, many, many places, but I pulled some other monsters so I didn't build one. Talc I was considering building for TOA hard, so I could still do that. Megan is good for dragons, but she doesn't really fit on my team, especially because I have Veligil and Chilling. She is an option though, and she's great for PvP with Doublelutions. Emma is another good monster that I have, especially because they had that Wind Neostone Agent secret dungeon, so my Emma has some skill ups, so I could build her in the future, but I'm not planning on it. My Rayoke I use for those events where you have to farm like a billion scenarios and gather up all those points and stuff, so he is my Famine 1 normal farmer for those events. Spectra I could possibly build for TOA hard or dragons, but I don't plan on it. Adrian and Yen I plan on building for Necro. Unless I pull like Shihua, which is the Fire Nine-Tailed Fox, then I'll probably try to fit Shihua in there somewhere, because I think she's a better monster than Yen. I don't know if she has a slow or whatever, so I'd have to like figure that out. Darian and Almond I pretty much retired a long time ago. I used both to help me get to Giants B6, and then I used Almond for Giants B10 and Dragons B8. And after that point, I pretty much stopped using both of them. Glenodon I don't plan on building. Thrain, another TOA hard monster that I could build, but I don't have the runes for it, because he wants to be on Violent. Everything wants to be on Violent, basically. Not everything, but a lot of stuff, so I don't have those runes. Crow was a monster that I looked into building when I didn't have a nuker. So before I had my Theomars, I was using Beretta, Vero, Bella, Bernard in Arena, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't kill anything. I just have a dot team. So I looked into building Crow, but then I pulled a Theo, so I don't plan on building Crow, but he could be like a fun unit to like play around with eventually. Saren would be the last member of my Necro team, so my Necro team is Yen, Adrian, Bella, Colleen, and Saren. And then I just have some fodder here. Seek I could possibly build for PvP. Orochi I could build for a Speed Giants team, but I don't plan on doing that now. Huahi could be used for Necro, but I don't plan on it because I don't think she's a great monster. Copper is a good PvP monster. Fedora I plan on using for raids whenever I get there. Jojo for fusion, and he's a good bomber if I don't pull any. Fire Pirate Captain can be used for a PvP bomb team eventually. The Wind, what's this, Phantom Thief? I think he's kind of used for PvP, but I don't plan on building it. But I'm also saving every type of Nat 4, so if I get it, I'll save it. I just want one of each, just in case they get buffed or something like that happens, or someone, if the meta shifts, I don't know, just a bunch of stuff could happen. I have all of these Emma skill-ups that I am going to use later. I summoned them, I should have left them unsummoned, but whatever. Conrad, I don't plan on building, and then as we get down here, everything is just fodder or fusion material. I saved some Drunken Masters, I probably shouldn't have, or skill-ups. I probably shouldn't have saved Drunken Masters or Mummies, but I'm saving them anyways. I might get rid of them sometime soon. I probably should. But I think that's about it for this whole video. I think I covered everything, so like I said again, this video is for anyone who watches like my Guild Wars videos or any arena videos I put out or my Path to Decency and they're like curious about my runes. They can just go back and see my runes after free rune removal day. So these are all my runes after FRR. They're all fixed and they're pretty much how I'm going to have them for this whole month. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys in the next one.